answer is 588. Okay, so how many 12s would I have? I would have 49 12s because 50 12s minus 1 12 is equal to 49 12s. Problem D, we have 12 times 25, okay? So that means that you're going to think that there are 10 25s plus 2 25s because you're making the number 12. That's where we're getting that from. 10 plus 2 is equal to 12, and that's where we're getting 25 12s. So 10 25s, so I'm going to write down 10 times 25, and on this side I have 2 times 25. I know that 1 times 25 is equal to 25, and then I'm adding my 0 at the end. On this side, I have 2 times 25. Think of quarters. 2 quarters is equal to 50 cents. So I'm adding 250 plus 50. 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. And 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So I get 300 as my final answer. So that means that 10 12s plus 2 25s should equal to 12 25s. Now, for number 3, they asked me to define the unit in word form and complete the sequence of problems that was done in each lesson. So right here, what I'm going to do is I am writing the word form. So right here, we have 29 12s, because we have 12 right here. That's where we're getting that number from, or word from. And so that means that 30 12s minus 1 12 is going to give you blank 12. 30 times 12 and 1 times 12. So 30 times 12. I know that 12, let me move this up. I know that 12 times 3, because of my multiplication chart, is equal to 36. And I'm going to add a 0. And on this side, I have 1 times 12, which is equal to 12. And I am going to subtract 360 minus 12. I know that 10 minus 2 is equal to 8, and 6 changes to a 5. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, and bring down my 3. So I have 348 when I regroup. On the other side, right here, we have 31. So this is 31 11s. So I'm writing down 11s. And over here, we have 30 11s plus 1 11s. It's going to give you 30 times 11 and 1 times 11. So 30 times 11, what do you get? I know that 3 times 11 is going to give me 33, looking at my multiplication chart. And then I'm going to add a 0. Over here, I have 1 times 11. 1 times 11 is equal to 11. I'm going to add my numbers together. I know that 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, and you bring down your 3. So you get 341 as your final answer. Now I'm going to turn the page. We are now on page 24. Make sure you are on the correct page. For page 24, we have 19 times 11. So same thing, we have 19 11s. So that means that you have 20 11s minus 1 11s. So 20 times 11 is what you're multiplying, minus 1 times 11. 2 times 11 is equal to 22. Bring down your 0. And 1 times 11 is equal to 11. So I need to make sure that I am subtracting. Okay, so regrouping, 10 minus 1 is 9. 2 changes to a 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Bring down my 2. I get 209 as my final answer. On this side, I have 50 times 13, which is equal to 13 what? So I need to figure out 13 50s. So I'm writing down 50s. So 10 50s plus 3 50s is going to give you what? Okay, so 10 times 50 and 3 times 50. I know that 5 times 1 is equal to 5, and I'm adding my 2 zeros because I have 2 zeros in my equation. On the other side, I'm multiplying 3 times 5, which is equal to 15, and adding my 0. Now I'm going to add 500 plus 150. 0 plus 0 is equal to 0, 5 plus 0 is equal to 5, and 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So I get 650 as my final answer. Now, For problem number 4, they ask you a question. It is a word problem. How can 12 times 50 help you find 12 times 49? So looking at this, I know that 50 is only one more than 49. So if I were to estimate, I can kind of figure out that they would be in a similar area, right? They would have a similar answer. It wouldn't be too off or too far from 12 times 50. So I'm going to write 12 times 50 would be bigger by 12. So I can subtract 12 to get 12 times 49. Now, solve mentally. They want me to solve for problem A, 16 times 99. To solve this, what I'm going to do is what I did earlier here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 16 times 100. Okay, and then I'm subtracting that from 16 times 1. I know that 16 times 100 is going to give me 1,600 because 16 times 1 is equal to 16. Add my 2 zeros at the end. And then 16 times 1 is equal to 16. So what is my final answer going to be? I'm going to show my work on the side. Regroup because I cannot subtract 0 minus 6. 10 minus 6 is going to give me 4. 0 changes to a 9. 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. 6 changes to a 5. And bring down my 1. So my final answer is 1,584. And on this side, I have 20 times 101. Same thing, I'm going to set up my problem. 20 times 100 minus 20 times 1. I know that 20 times 100, or 2 times 1, is equal to 2. I have 1, 2, 3 zeros, so I'm adding my 3 zeros minus 20, because 20 times 1 is equal to 20. Now I am going to subtract 2,000 minus 20. 0 minus 0 is 0. I need to regroup. 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. 0 changes to a 9. 9, bring it down. 1, bring it down. I get 1,980 as my final answer. Now, for problem 6, it says here Joy is helping her father to build a rectangular deck that measures 14 by 19 feet. Find the area of the deck using a mental strategy. Explain your thinking. So what they want me to do here is to find the area. And in order to find area, I need to multiply the length times the width. Okay? So I'm multiplying 14 times 19. To solve this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 14 times 20. And then I'm going to subtract 14 times 1. 14 times 20. I know that 14 times 2 is going to give me 28. And I'm going to add my 0. And then 14 times 1 is equal to 14. Now I am going to subtract 280 minus 14. 10 minus 4 will give me 6. 8 changes to a 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. And bring down my 2. So my final answer is 266. Now, for the next problem, they say the Layson School turns 101 years old in June. In order to celebrate, they ask each of the 23 classes to collect 101 items to make collage. How many total items will be the collage? Use mental math to solve and explain your thinking. So what I'm going to do is I have 23 times 101 are the two numbers that I am multiplying because they want 23 classes to have 101 items. So I'm first going to multiply 23 times 100, and then I'm going to add that with 23 times 1 because it's 101. Okay, first thing is 23 times 1 is equal to 23. Add my 2 zeros at the end, and I get 2,300. And 23 times 1 is also equal to 23. Now, what do I get when I add 2,300 plus 33? I'm going to get 2,333. Okay, And that is your final answer. I just noticed that I added wrong. This is 2,323. So this should also be a 2. So I am going to write 2 right here. And that is my final answer. Please let me know if you have any questions in class so that I can help you.